God damn it. OBS.
Okay, hold on. Audio's coming on now. Son of a bitch. Yeah. Okay, so OBS changed to the default device instead of the device it's supposed to use. So we can just start the episode over real quick if you want. That's probably just the best way to go. Or we can just keep going. Your call.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep going, man. People know who we are.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's August Absurdity. We're going head-to-head for a chance to take down King David at the end of the month. And, when we go into absurd mode, we also go into free play mode. Johnny, do you have the free play jingle, or do I?
I think you have it this week.
Okay.
Free play.
Every year, I took a holiday. I went to Florence. There's this cafe on the banks of the Arno. Every fine evening, I'd sit there and order a Fernet Branca.
Yep. So it's a Game That Tune free play for August Absurdity, brought to you by Fernet Branca. And, we're going to be just, doing it up absurd style. And
for a
Johnny,
list of our other sponsors, you can join our Patreon. That's one of our Patreon perks. At one of the levels, you get a list of all our special sponsors.
Exactly. None more important than
Fernet Branca.
That's going to come up all the time. That's the new How Absurd, people. And for our Spanish listeners.
No volviera. Cada año, yo iba de vacaciones a Florencia y hay un café en la ribera del Arno y acostumbraba a ir ahí y ordenar Fernet Branca.
So, that's kind of nonsense we're getting into tonight, people. So, let's just start it up, Johnny. What do we got for game one?
Game 1.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's cool.
Already have a pretty good idea what system we're talking about.
Ah. definitely what I would describe as angular music.
Very.
All right, so
I assume.
who's ready for some trivia?
I am.
All right. So the enemy's death screams in this game are just digitized screams taken from movies, most notably Conan the Barbarian and First Blood.
Awesome.
All right.
I could have sworn we've used this game before.
This is the official.
No, we haven't. I checked.
Okay.
I was surprised. Because I looked at it, I was like, we had to have used this before.
I did not check, so you scared me for a minute. Like,
God, John, I can't wait until that happens.
The official.
Sonic 2!
no,
God!
that was a different game.
Not again.
Moonwalker.
For the Master System, it's different.
Right.
Oh god.
I mean, if the music was different, I might give it to you, man.
Oh, it will.
Yeah, Moonwalker.
Master System.
Anyway,
The Master
I'm hoping
System,
that
Master System Moonwalker didn't use any Michael Jackson songs.
trivia.
All right.
I'm hoping that the trivia was meant to give some kind of action movie related. And
All right, we got we got Terminator 2, the arcade game from John, which is wrong. David and Jesse both say Golden Axe, which is correct. Oh, damn it!
Fernie Branca.
what the fuck, John?
Fuck it.
You're so
All the noises.
That's for you, John.
Awesome.
That's for you for getting everything right.
Wow. Woo.
Cool. So, fuck. I should have known, man. I didn't watch any of the stream recently, but didn't you just stream this?
I did just this past weekend.
That's why, at first I was like, he can't. And then I was like, oh wait, it's Johnny.
Oh wait, yeah, he totally would do that. Like, what game is Johnny thinking of right now? That's the game he'll use at some point. Like,
well,
Hey,
you know.
let's not discredit people who use music from games they're currently thinking about.
Oh Jesus God.
Hey, I wanted to go softball this time.
plus the
It's
game.
August absurdity, dude. What's the point in going softball?
Well,
Whatever.
he doesn't.
We don't even know what David picked yet, but
The
now
game-
I'm 99% sure I can guess it.
The answer to the question, what game is Johnny thinking about right now, is Sonic Mania. However,
Yeah.
I haven't had the
my
chance to
poor
play
guy.
it yet, and I'm really disappointed because I was going to go for the
Johnny
shortest
doesn't own any
turnaround.
consoles. John's waiting for the PC release.
Yeah, I am too.
God, that sucks, man.
They gave me Sonic 1 in the meantime to tide me over.
I was watching a very entertaining Twitter argument today about whether or not there's ever been a good Sonic game, and obviously the Sonic Defenders came out in full force, but a lot of them said Sonic 1 is better than Sonic 2, and I'm like, well, you just invalidated your whole fucking argument. They're like, you're full of shit.
Well, I just want to take a second. They gave you a free copy of Sonic 1. You know, I seem to remember us having a theme that was games that you hate. John, what did you pick for that episode?
That would be Sonic 1.
Yeah, John's secret Sonic shame. Fucking
Tails
Mr. Sonic hates Sonic.
So there's no fun.
Yeah,
exactly. And no Knuckles, no deal. Quite frankly.
Well, that cuts out Sonic 2 unless you have Sonic and Knuckles attached to it.
Exactly. That's why you attach it, man. John, what technology does that use?
That's the blast processing.
I mean, that definitely helps.
It's the only game with blast processing. Fuck.
I feel
there was a time when you would pounce for 3 minutes to talk about lock-on technology on this show, John. Have you gotten mature?
I think I've already covered my 3 minutes of it on the previous episode. We're good.
I wouldn't have stopped.
Lock-on technology, it's real cool.
I'd like to point out that this discussion on Golden Axe is wonderful.
So, is there what's Golden Axe? I literally didn't.
I just imagine you walking up to someone like just like the city, and you're like, "What is Golden Axe?"
Pretty much. Yeah.
God, that would definitely be that would definitely be a scene from like some kind of David Lynch TV series. Like somebody just walks up to somebody, "What's Golden Axe?"
And then a bus hits them.
I'm sorry. What's Golden Axe?
That's all right. I'll be happy to take this. Golden Axe is one of the most difficult tools to obtain in the Animal Crossing series.
Yes!
There you go. It's that thing behind Bowser in each castle in Super Mario Brothers that breaks the bridge and makes him fall into the lava. They made a game out of that? I mean, come on, how absurd. What
Game 2.
Fucking A, moving on. No, Johnny, you streamed Golden Axe for our viewers recently, so talk about it. What is Golden Axe?
No, so Golden Axe is an arcade game where you choose one of 3 characters, and your goal is to defeat Death Adder.
The Golden Axe.
He has a golden axe, and or your axe turns golden. No, he has the golden axe.
Oh Jesus, John, you better get it right, man.
and it's a pretty good arcade game. It is hard as balls at the end, though. Oh my god! I was playing with a friend of the show, Pat Perkins, and we had to turn on like Game Genie codes to beat it. Like we just had to say "fuck it" and just like infinite health. Let's go.
I love doing that.
Because that final boss is a real fuck you. Like it was.
So wait, you said it was an arcade game. Did they like straight port it over to the Genesis with arcade quarter eating difficulty and all?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And they added a new final boss to the Genesis one. Because you can you can beat Death Adder. He's actually not that hard once you get there. So then you save the like queen and prince or king and queen or whatever, and they say, oh well, we think he was actually taking orders from somebody, and that's where it differs from the arcade one. Where where
Mr. X comes in and he tells you that you have to fight each other to join the syndicate, right?
I thought you were going to say that Mr. X comes in. He was controlling that fool, Death Adder, and that fool, Dr. Wily, the entire time. He's the one behind it all.
Yeah, I was really going for Mr. X comes in, and it turns out you're all just part of a robot tournament.
I'm into it.
In the Genesis one, the final boss is Deathbringer, and he is he has magic. He has all the magic that all the characters have. So he can summon dragons to shoot flames on you, and he can make lightning go across the screen. And he just does it willy nilly. As far as I could tell, he doesn't have a finite supply of magic. And when he triggers it, there's just nothing he can do. You're just gonna get hit. There's no block, there's no dodge. So nope.
Oh shit, that sucks.
Yeah, it's
so
hard.
I mean, what is worse, a Death Adder or a Death Bringer?
In the arcade, the final boss is a Death Adder. On the Genesis, Death Adder was taking orders from Deathbringer.
But if you're if you can add death, I mean that's just increasing the amount of death. Deathbringer just presents you some death. It's like he's coming to a barbecue and he gives you a big plate of death.
Death potluck.
I'm trying to figure out which one's worse.
Snake. Yeah. The adder.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure adder means more than one thing.
What's the barbarian guy's magic? Because I know the woman has the dragon, and I know the dwarf has the lightning.
I think the barbarian guy is mostly like fire stuff, except like it's not as good as the dragon. I don't know. I don't remember now. Because I only used it briefly before switching to the female warrior with the dragon. Because like her magic's way better.
Great.
I'd like to point out that the warrior dude, his name is Axe Battler, and he uses a sword.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, there were a couple weird translation things we noticed as we were playing the game. We're like, that doesn't sound quite right.
Axe Battler is a fucking fantastic fighting, like any video game character name. But does he eventually defeat an axe? That's what he's battling? Or is it just a super poor translation and they should have given the name to the guy that actually wields an axe? Like, fuck.
Well, yeah, there's other things too. Like they stylized Death Adder instead of like just being one word or hyphenated, it has an equal sign in between it, like Death equals Adder. And that really threw me off because like I don't know how to read that. Like,
yeah. Huh, it's like a Kingdom Hearts game title. What is this?
Fraction.
Yeah, Death 358 days over Adder. Better watch out for that guy.
But yeah, it's pretty fun. Way better on 2-player than on single player because they don't change the number of enemies or anything. So if you play on single player, like you're getting twice the enemies you got to deal with. You're getting surrounded by skeletons and shit. It's awful.
Gotta get good, man. just get swarmed by skeletons, man. It's called deal with it. Either play with a friend or get really fucking good. I would love to see a fucking hardcore 1-player run of that game. That sounds terrible.
I'm sure there's speedruns and stuff.
But
you get surrounded by skeletons. It's called Deal With It, a new game show on Nickelodeon.
No.
Can they deal with it? All these skeletons coming out.
I'm Mark Summers and welcome to Deal With It. Drop the skeletons.
Oh my god, I would watch the hell out of that show.
What? This is awesome.
New Patreon.
It's the secret sequel show to Legends of the Hidden Temple. All the temple guards and all those dead children. They just just fill the temple with the skeletons.
No, see, I'm more imagining like the giant obstacle course at the end of Double Dare, but it's like a Golden Axe level inside of a dungeon castle.
Hell yeah!
To go down the slide into this pool of lava.
Yeah.
Look out for the real dragons.
The big mouth and defeat the skeleton. Jump into this big gumball machine full of bones. Grab the flag!
Man, that sounds so rad. Like
Actually, they really should make this now.
Yeah.
Like a super horrifying Double Dare.
It's like Fear Factor mixed with Double Dare.
Yeah, and monsters. So.
And you always in order to win any prize before you do it, you have to say, "Why do I have to do this?" or something, and then the host just looks at you in the camera and goes, "Deal with it," and then you have to do it.
Mark Summers just brandishes a golden axe and he just looks at the camera and says, "Deal with it." Yeah,
I'm sorry, you couldn't beat the time. You should have gotten on top of the giant chicken lizard and used it as a mount.
That's the key to defeating.
Looks like another commercial break is coming up. Well, you don't like it? Deal with it.
I think we need to pitch this show. If I weren't so sure that Mark Summers would turn it down as a hardcore germaphobe and having to be around all those bones and corpses and monsters, I feel like he'd go for it. Yeah. Everybody is participating in this game show against their will. Golden Axe, people. That's what it is, right? Johnny, anything else?
Game 2.
Fernet Branca.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yep, great tunes.
Sweet. That was really cool. Did you actually tell that cat I love it?
I did.
Nice. Thank you.
Does the cat actually know the song? I'm pretty sure it does.
She probably does, but I'm not sure.
Awesome.
We can't really
Would, any,
much.
would anyone like a little trivia?
Please.
Yes,
please.
So, when this game was first unveiled, the game's producer, Hisashi Nogami, made a ridiculous, insane, crazy pose, which became a meme among the game's fans. And this pose can actually be found in the game's end credits.
Hmm.
I have an additional hint if anyone needs it.
Just in case.
The pose that the producer made was in the shape of a number 2.
Jesus.
God damn it. Dark Souls 3. Fuck.
All right.
So let's hear that ultrasound. Why? Everybody says Splatoon 2. Everyone is correct.
Every year, I took a holiday. I went to Florence. There's this cafe on the banks of the Arno. Every fine evening, I'd sit there and order a Fernet Branca.
Oh. Right, that sound. I thought you were asking me to play the Fernet.
That should be
Awesome.
the new hat-trick sound.
I mean, we can just take it down to a really stretched out Fernet Branca. Yeah, we as audio editors, I'm sure we can stretch out some of those vowels. Fuck yeah, man! Splatoon 2. This is you couldn't wait a whole month to I'm actually fuck. What am I saying? I'm surprised you showed the restraint to wait more than several days to play this game on the show.
I basically did this for Johnny because the whole point of August Absurdity is to aggregate points, and I don't know that he's gotten a point this whole time, and I kind of felt bad.
But it was established that he had points from last week. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's cool. We don't take pity on people in August Absurdity. Unless next week's Request Spectacular is just like punishingly hard. Johnny knows where he stands with this show.
I got it.
As someone who has been collecting the requests, I won't say one way or another.
Well, we know it won't feature Splatoon 2, which is this game. And pardon my just expressionless face when hearing these songs. I've been hearing these songs so much in the last month or so. I'm playing a lot of Splatoon 2, and I'm in my emotionless state of like competition. It's like, oh well, I've tuned the music out because I need to focus on killing and taking over splat zones and helping my teammates out. The music, it's dead to me for now until I hear some fresh new tunes or something. It's good tunes, but I'm just like, oh right, that is the tunes I hear every day. But yeah, great tunes. So Splatoon 2, maybe some of our viewers and listeners have heard of it. Maybe they've been playing it. Maybe they've seen us streaming it. I don't know. David, how you feeling about Splatoon 2 there, pal?
I'd say my only problem is that it's not called Splatoon.
Right.
Because that seems like a giant oversight. I love this game. I have been enjoying the hell out of this game. It is basically everything that I could have wanted in a Splatoon sequel. And I've heard people complain that it's not really a sequel, and I think they should shut up because the game adds a few new details, a few new twists. Plus, it has completely rebalanced abilities, and it has Salmon Run. And that shit is addictive as hell.
Mm-hmm. It is.
What is Salmon Run?
It is a co-op mode rather than a competitive mode. So rather than it's basically a online horde mode where you're trying to collect salmon eggs. So your team is sent to this island, and all of these strange, basically hillbilly salmon come up, and you have to shoot them and steal their eggs. It's kind of like fish trafficking, basically.
Wait.
Yeah, follow up,
Wait,
Johnny. Go ahead and ask, what is fish trafficking?
Is there a game mode called fish trafficking, or is this just like a crime that you commit?
It's just something that David very casually knows.
No, it's really sketchy because the place that you go for it is this company that's tucked in the side corner. It's not open all of the time. It's very grungy and dirty, and your goal is to collect these salmon eggs and take them away. And when you collect the eggs, you can see tiny fish embryos in there. It's really sketchy, and it's kind of like we're stealing these salmon's children from them.
What
Is
are we
that what's
talking
going on?
about right now?
Okay, so for a second there, I didn't think you were talking about the game, and I thought you were just confessing to all the fish trafficking crimes that you've been committing.
Yeah.
Like, David, are you a fish trafficker?
What?
No,
I
No,
thought
I'm
you were
still
going to
talking
explain
about
what
the
fish
game.
trafficking was.
It's like people trafficking, but for fish.
Gotcha.
It's like The Little Mermaid, but there's aliens.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah, no, I mean, Salmon Run is a lot of fun. I've only played it a few times, but I like the mode a lot. It is it's a refreshing, it's refreshing after playing so much head-to-head mode to get online and actually like just fight some computer characters with a team, and it's nice to cooperate, and have it not be focused on really, like just killing each other at all. I don't like that they don't let you choose your weapons or whatever for that. They force you to. It's like, doesn't your weapon switch after like every wave of enemies or whatever? Like,
Yeah, there's every time that you play, there's like 4 weapons that get randomly divided amongst everybody. And
yeah,
I mean, I can understand like limiting the weapon selection, but I wish you could choose out of those 4.
yeah. I almost wish there was a slightly competitive element where you had to choose out of the 4, like, and maybe just maybe you would be able to pick first or something like that. Like, person who hoards the most eggs gets first choice of weapon for the next wave. I don't like getting stuck with the fucking sniper rifle thing, or like the minigun. I'm not a big fan of that one.
See, I don't mind the sniper rifle. I do like the minigun. I hate when you get the blaster, which is like the gun that fires once every 3 seconds.
Yeah, I mean,
How is that?
Hopefully because it's got that shotgun level knockback. I mean, I'm a big fan of shotguns in video games, and there's a few blasters in Splatoon 2 that I like to definitely rock in the competitive modes. But yeah, it's not the most useful in Salmon Run. But yeah, man.
Another question is, I noticed that the regular games are 4-on-4. So is Salmon Run a cooperative 8-player or 4-player game that you're doing?
4-player. It's a team of
just
4
4.
still.
Team of 4, okay.
Yeah, and then it's just this. I didn't think I would like it that much because I'm not super big on like horde modes and like defense, like tower defense, that kind of thing. But it's really fun and surprisingly
how many have you
addictive.
played?
I've actually played a few. But no, it's a really good mode and it's really fun. Yeah, it's just a great game. Like everything that was good in the first one is back and improved.
Nice.
I'll take your word for it because this is my first one, and I'm enjoying it way more than I thought I would. It's a lot of fun. I've been having some late nights, been having some good streams. You should check us out. I haven't done it the last couple of Sundays, but I was doing Switch Sunday for a few weeks there, and having some fun playing some Splatoon 2 ranked battles. I'm a big fan of the Rainmaker.
Rainmaker is the best mode.
Yeah, it really is. I've gotten very good at splat zones, and I've decided that I don't care much for tower defense because the fucking like the camera just goes nuts on tower control. Like that thing starts moving through like tight spaces, and there are times when you just can't get like your fucking bearings and figure out what the fuck's going on. And then look, the suction bomb goes off, and oh, you're dead. Back to the spawn point with you, and the game's over. Like. But most of the modes I'm enjoying thoroughly.
No, and I probably shouldn't spoil the single player, but if you played and enjoyed the first one, the final boss is kind of incredible.
Sweet.
I'll take your word for it. I've played like one level of that. And I'm like, I'm gonna go back to playing the online modes. I'm having more fun doing these. I like the single player modes. Just kind of. I don't know, almost like, just like kind of disjointed levels. You're jumping around with the, with the little whatever spawn point, rocket points or whatever. It's almost like Mario Galaxy-ish, and it's like just disjointedness. It's just like nice little compact areas where you got to do one thing and then move on to the next phase. And yeah, it's fun, but I don't know. I get sucked into like fucking competitive online games, and I've been thoroughly sucked into this one. So
the single player is really fun, but it's not the main draw of the game. It's a fun distraction.
Right, exactly. And if I cared more about the world of Splatoon, or if I had played the first one, I probably would have played it and finished it by now. But it's like, I can finish that anytime. So, yep. And for the record, I have not lost a Splatfest yet. That's right, bitch. Team Mayonnaise in the house for all our Splatoon Splatfest participants. I don't love mayonnaise. But I took on that team because it's like, that team's going to get fucking like, it's going to be like 4-1 ketchup versus mayonnaise. And I'm going to compete for the team that actually gets to like contribute points. Because if you play ketchup versus ketchup, it doesn't actually do anything for the Splatfest. So I'm going to actually win some games and hopefully get the team to win. And we did. Mayonnaise, bitch.
See,
all I was doing
I
was
went for
skating all over those stages. It was fucking awesome.
See, I played the test Splatfest that was cake versus ice cream. It's like, I think I actually prefer cake. Team cake. Lost.
Yep.
It's like lost, won matches, but more people chose ice cream. So it was ketchup and mayonnaise. Like, you know what? More people are going to choose ketchup. I want to be on the winning team. Mayo wins.
Yeah, you're
Fuck
fucking
this.
right.
What about ice cream cake? What about ice cream cake?
Well, that's
What
the
about
armistice,
cake ice
man.
cream?
Yeah.
What about when you mix ketchup and mayonnaise and then dip your fries in it?
Whoa, bro. My question really was, where the fuck is mustard? Like, ketchup versus mayonnaise. You got the wrong M condiment, Japan. What's wrong with you? Like, it's supposed to be mustard or fucking, ranch dressing. Like, what are you thinking?
Blue cheese, something.
Yeah. Dude, ranch versus blue cheese will be the most hardcore Splatfest ever. It's gonna be great.
No, the most hardcore one is if they do pineapple on pizza.
I'm so sick of that argument.
Well, hashtag deal with it.
I'm Mark Summers. Here's pineapple on pizza. Deal with it.
I'm Mark Summers, and I say fuck pineapple on pizza. Deal with it.
He's making pineapple on
Changes
pizza.
opinion every commercial break.
And we're back, and I'm eating pineapple on pizza with my golden axe.
Deal with it.
What the? This shit is crazy. But yeah, Splatoon 2 is dope. I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I will continue to thoroughly enjoy it. I'm a little disappointed you didn't play my new favorite song that also came to be during that last Splatfest, that whatever that Off the Hook song was that was playing on the special stage. Dug that jam. So that'll be in post. Anything else, David, on Splatoon 2?
No, it's an awesome game. It's got a eclectic soundtrack.
Yes, it does.
I will, similar to Kid Icarus Uprising, I will probably find ways to sneak music from this game into the show at other points.
Oh, yes. We're only a few episodes away from a do-over episode, so look forward to Splatoon 2 back on the show in 3 weeks. Johnny, I think we should move on.
Game 3.
Fernie Branca.
Interesting.
I like it.
Yeah. Oh, that was a quick one.
This is our fan request, is it not?
Yes.
That was weird.
Okay.
Dig it.
This is our fan request from Justin at the Sigma Omega on Twitter. So shout out to Justin and thank you for that.
Hell yeah.
Trivia for this game. This is the first game in this series in which you can directly control the protagonists, as the others were point-and-click games. This is also, despite the name, the fourth game in this series.
Oh, great.
Oh, that just ended abruptly.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention.
I had more time.
Let's see here. Okay.
Wait, you said actually the fifth game?
It is actually the fourth game,
Fourth game.
despite the name.
Oh, fuck. God. Wait, no, but that doesn't... Because the other trivia was... Never mind, fuck. Whatever.
All right. I got an answer. I should get my fingers on my soundboard. Hup, there we go.
Yeah, let's have a Fernet.
All right.
All right. So John Harrington says The Sims 3. That is incorrect. Jesse Moore says Might and Magic 3. That is incorrect. John Regan says I'm Mark Summers. Fucking deal with it. That is unfortunately incorrect. This is Clock Tower. Right, I forgot about that.
It comes when you least expect it.
Clock Tower 3 for the PlayStation 2.
Oh. That's the other game I was thinking.
Yeah. Right? Right.
So it's called Clock Tower 3, but you said it's the 9th game in the series?
It's the fourth game in the series.
Nice.
It seems a little confusing because the box art has Clock Tower 3 cubed.
Yeah.
So,
so it's the 27th game in the series.
He's right. Great. I'm really wondering if that was actually a starting brain fart or if you're just making a joke. I don't want to know, actually. What is Clock Tower?
Clock Tower is a series. Maybe you've heard of it. Apparently not. They are point and click games that are survival horror games.
Dope.
This one came out on the PS2, and apparently there was Clock Tower on, I think, the Super Famicom, and then there was Clock Tower for the original PlayStation. That was the first one that they localized and released, so they just didn't bother calling it Clock Tower 2. And then Clock Tower 2 in America was a spin-off and not like a proper sequel. So then Clock Tower 3 came out, but it's actually the fourth game. It's apparently I have not played this, but it's
no way.
Yeah, I know. It's very cinematic. They got a famous Japanese director. That director's name being Kinji Fukasaku, who would direct all of the cutscenes. And it's a survival horror point-and-click adventure game where you star as this like teenage girl fighting monsters in a clock tower.
This one, not survival horror. Or not point and click, excuse me.
Point and click, yes. This is
so
the
this
first
one you
game.
actually get to run around and do some stuff.
Yeah.
Good. Trying to imagine how a point and click game really would work on those prior systems, but glad to get to run around and do some stuff. Sounds like I don't want to say Resident Evil knockoff because looking at it, it's made by Capcom. I don't think that's what it is at all. Fuck, man. I think I don't play enough survival horror. I think that's a big genre that I have majorly overlooked.
Surprisingly, everybody in our chat seems to have played this game because we've got Sigma Omega who's talking about it. Also, good friend of the show, Dell, talked about how it was fun. And then we have Emily saying that apparently the game is supposed to be super scary. So
yeah,
I guess we're the only ones who have not heard of this game.
How about?
All right, so let's swap out. Let's let the fans take over the show.
I'll turn on text to speech.
Send them all the link.
Yeah.
Text to speech.
I'll turn on text to speech. All right, chat, you handle this.
You spend most of the stage running from a boss and then summon magical arrows to murder them. With
Smiley face.
smiley face.
Shit, man. I just never got into any real survival horror games. Even like Resident Evil, I started at 4, so I think everybody's like, "Oh, that's not even survival horror. It's like an action game." It's like, you're fucking right. It's an action game. It's dope. So
This game
I don't
sold
know.
a lot.
yeah, exactly. Don't be hating. And I'm a staunch defender also of Resident Evil 5, and I've never played Resident Evil 6, so I'm not gonna wade into that fucking death trap. But yeah,
Resident Evil 6 is the ones where the logo looks like the guy blowing the giraffe, right?
oh yeah, that's the draft blowing game for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
And it's the one that didn't need to exist after 5 kind of awesomely killed the main series villain. Spoiler alert. Volcano, rocket launcher, Wesker. Anyway, yeah, so anybody have any experience with Clock Tower?
You would think everybody.
Let's just read the Wikipedia page.
You would think everybody would learn their lesson about the whole numbering thing after Final Fantasy, right? Like, I'm surprised they did that and decided to call it, to reset the numbering system here in the U.S.
Yeah, seriously, just
Yeah,
release
that's
it.
it was like on the PS1, which was right when like Square said, "Fuck it, it's Final Fantasy VII," and yet somewhere Capcom was like, "No, it's cool, it's fine."
Yeah, trust me. We're just a company that's been releasing Street Fighter 2 games for years. But this time we're gonna alter the fucking numbering system. Like, sure.
Yeah, I was very confused, like looking at trivia for this game. It's like Clock Tower 3, the 4th game in the Clock Tower series. Are you sure? Like,
Sure.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. It's
Ooh, friend of the show, Dell, is in the chat saying PS1 Clock Tower 1 has the stupidest death scene I've been. Please share.
yeah, actually, Shit, I don't know if we have time to just wait around for him to explain the stupidest death, but
Wow,
you
King
know.
David really throwing a wrench into the game.
As cool as
Guess
all
we
this
better
sounds,
deal with it.
wait for the chat to catch up with the video and then talk about what Dell's describing in the chat. I say nay. Clock Tower 3, great
How's it
game
delayed?
with great
Forgive me.
tunes. Great game, great tunes, interesting selection. I think we need to, play some of these games at some point. And now Dell has the death.
Just under
David,
the
go
wire.
A character sticks his head out of a giant clock face, then gets his head chopped off by the minute hand.
What? That sounds great. What do you mean stupid?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds kind of cool.
I mean, granted, the
in order
minute
for
hand.
that to happen, he has to stick it out at the exact minute that he shouldn't have.
Yeah, that's,
It only moves
Well,
every
what do you
minute.
just- It's like, he gets
Or
his
take a nap.
head cut off. It's like, yeah, but that thing has to clear, like, what? The clock hands do not move fast. Like, how does it slide?
well, it
What?
could be. There's two ways it could go. It could be the kind where the minute hand ticks once it gets to the minute, or it could be a very slowly moving head chop off. Like you have to watch. It's a minute-long scene.
Like, I'm just imagining, like, if it's the slow one, like the person sticks their head out, and once it starts like pushing into the skin, like, I should take my head back in.
Well, then it's too late.
I've only got precious 55 seconds to pull my head back inside the giant clock. It'd be great if the clock was made of like chainsaws, so like it's just
Oh my god. I would love
what
a
the
grandfather.
fuck?
I would love a grandfather clock made of chainsaws in my living room.
I love telling this. His head just gets stuck. It's silly. You're fucking right. It's silly. Oh man, my head's stuck. I've only got a minute to get it unstuck. I hope that super sharp clock blade doesn't fucking cut my head off. I should have stuck my head out at this exact spot at this exact clock at this exact minute.
And we're just
Damn it.
We're just assuming that he put his head out right next to the minute hand. For all we know, he sat there for like 15, 20 minutes watching it go.
He survives. He puts his head out, and the minute hand's like right under. It's like, whew. Then he tries to pull his head back in. Oh fuck! I've only got 59 minutes to get my head unstuck. And then you have to watch a fucking like hour-long cutscene of him just struggling to get his head back in. Oh, that needs to be a thing.
Oh, got alternate
let's make
ending
that
for
happen.
Back to the Future.
Marty!
We have to save the clock tower.
I'm gonna have to use my head as the conductor. I can't get it out of there.
My head is my head is the flux capacitor.
This is getting real heavy.
Marty gets in the DeLorean, and Doc Brown's head is just mounted on a thing. His eyes are doing the glow, the little pulsing lighters.
Trust me, Marty. When my head hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit. Okay, that's enough. Clock Tower 3. Thank you for the request. I look forward to more tunes and more Clock Tower games in the future. So,
Back
Johnny.
to the Future.
Game 4.
I like The Rock.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Man, it's nice.
It's nice.
Who's ready for some trivia?
Oh, yes.
All right. In the Japanese release of the game's packaging accommodates every disc with its own slot. However, in the European and North American release of the game, the fourth disc is just put in a nub above the instruction manual. This has caused some criticism of Microsoft because it's very easy to cause scratches on the fourth disc. All right. I got another piece of trivia that might not help. Two of the songs in the game, "What Are You" and "Eclipse of Time," were sung by award-winning vocalist Sheena Easton.
That's awesome.
So that might narrow it down.
It does.
You guys got some
John,
answers
make it rain on some Sheena Easton.
on the soundboard, right? All right, we got wow. Whoa, I'm very impressed. David Fleming with Lost Odyssey. What do you guys? Which is correct. Metal Gear Solid from John Harrington. And Johnny's got "This Is Heavy, Doc," and it looks like, I assume it's the flux capacitor is actually Doc Brown's head
Yes.
in a refrigerator, I think.
Oh, it's supposed to be on top of the time
freezer.
circuits.
The freezer. But
Time circuits are like next to the steering wheel.
I
not
know,
underneath the-
but I wasn't screen accurate.
anyway, David got it right. Crazy.
Impressive.
I want to know how he did this.
You said Microsoft, so
Yes.
well, it's
Okay.
you, so I assumed it was an RPG.
Okay.
You said Microsoft, so I was like,
Yeah.
okay, an RPG on the Xbox.
Yeah,
It's not Blue Dragon,
that's right.
but I know that studio made other games.
Yeah, okay.
What was that one that has like like Mistwalker, Lost Odyssey? I'm gonna take a shot.
That was a really good shot. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
have
why
you,
I'm the king.
have you checked? Oh, now I'm mad.
Kiss my ass.
I don't want to talk about it. You may no, but if has anyone played Lost Odyssey? Obviously, probably not. I guess
I have not.
Sadly, no. Never heard of it.
it's pretty fun. It's very, very depressing. Like, your main characters are like immortal, so like they've lived for a long time and seen a lot of people die and stuff, and kind of emo. And you always find these like little short stories that you read, and they're all like about like families like dying of like starvation and stuff, and how he like the immortal dude just gets to like stand there and watch them die slowly, and how everything is terrible, and everyone's dying very slowly, but it's like a blink in the eye to this Kame guy because he's immortal, and it's crazy, but it's
Great.
but like the combat is super fun. The characters that aren't immortal are pretty cool. It looks fun. The music is pretty badass. It's Nobuo Uematsu, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. No, I mean, the game looks fucking tight. I'm looking at it now. It's like, fucking good looking 360 RPG. When are we getting a re-release for this one, huh? Oh, wait. I don't have a system that would play that. Shit. I hate it when I find out there were really great games for systems I never owned or owned briefly, and then red ringed, and then also you found out your friend had given it to you because it was stolen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Deal with it. Knew we shouldn't have accepted that free Xbox.
Hi, Mark Summers. This Xbox is stolen. You have to give it back and deal with it. He's a cop.
Mark
now.
Summers, I hope you're enjoying that free Xbox. It's broken and you can't get it fixed because they know it's stolen. I'm not sure how, but I didn't know how things worked back then. It seemed plausible that they could pull somebody else's Xbox live date off there. Anyway, just looks like a really good Xbox RPG. Did this one come out before or after Blue Dragon?
After. It was,
okay. It looks good. Looks like a different art style than Blue Dragon. If I'm
definitely. They used
okay. Making sure I'm not misremembering. I'm like, wasn't Blue Dragon like Toriyama characters?
Yeah, that was Toriyama.
This looks a lot different.
Blue Dragon's so good.
I
never finished this one, but like what I played, it was really cool. One of the characters was voiced by the lady who did Phil and Lil from Rugrats. I always remember that.
Right.
So, I mean, what's the one? Tara Strong. She does a voice. One of the main characters in it. So, I mean, the voice cast is really good. And
Tara Strong's in everything.
Yeah. So it's a very solid RPG, especially for like the Xbox and stuff.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say, so you didn't finish it. Was it long or just?
Oh yeah, it was 4 discs.
I was gonna say,
Xbox
wait. So yeah, was
360.
it 4 360 discs?
Yes.
How? I thought
Jeez.
multi-disc games went away after like the PlayStation 1. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, it was big, fucking massive.
That must
Well, it's
look
probably
really
just,
good then.
Graphics were so pretty and stuff, and
Yeah. Okay, that goes a long way. That's crazy. I mean, huh? Yeah. When you said that's the thing, when you said like 4 discs and Microsoft criticized, I'm like, okay, what? So it's a PC game, like, because. It's got to be. There's no way that multi-disc games continued to exist after like the GameCube. Like I thought they went away. I thought they went away with the PlayStation 1 era, and then were only revived on the GameCube because PlayStation 2 games look too nice to go on GameCube discs. But shows what I know. This game must look fucking awesome. Cool. Good tunes. Any appearances from a singer from Deep Purple? Or is it all Sheena Easton on this one?
no, it's just Sheena Easton.
Gotcha. Still good,
So,
I guess.
I get-
No hate for Sheena Easton.
Yeah, I mean,
Awesome. Great pick. Great tunes. Anything else on Lost Odyssey?
again, it's very depressing. So, prepare
I was gonna say, yeah. Dell in the chat saying it's one of his favorite RPGs, and it's right up there with Radiant Historia. I look forward to the re-release of Radiant Historia later on next year. Lost Odyssey, I guess we'll see. I'll watch a bunch of videos of it or something when I feel
I
like.
think it might be backwards compatible now on your Xbox One, so you can do
Cool.
that. Pretty sure.
So I was gonna say, realistically, how rare is it, and what are the odds I'm gonna buy an Xbox One?
I honestly don't think it's that rare. I wouldn't say it. I feel like it's not that rare.
How rare is it to find a working 4th disc?
That you might have to, pray to something. I don't know. Sacrifice.
tricky.
Do what
Tricky,
you gotta
tricky.
do.
Anyway, yeah, cool game, great tunes, 4 discs. Had no idea. Johnny, should we keep it moving?
Yes.
Game
Oh, yes.
5.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Very, very interesting. So everybody looks somewhat concerned after hearing that song.
This is driving me bananas. I've heard this,
Yeah,
but
I know this.
I can't pin it.
So will the trivia have to help? Or I guess the third song could technically clue you in. This game was one of only 2 games that was part of what promotional campaign between Nintendo and Blockbuster Video?
That's where that song from.
So,
What was the trivia again?
man, you had to ask. This is like one of the only weeks where I didn't actually write out my trivia in advance of the show. This was on one of only 2 games that was part of a promotional campaign between 2 games from the series that's part of a promotional campaign between Nintendo and Blockbuster Video. And only the North American version of this game was a part of this promotion. The mode that was part of the promotion was not included in the European and Japanese releases of the game.
I think I have it by process of elimination.
I was going to say, 1 or 2. Let's see. We got 2 Pokemon Stadiums and 1 Star Fox 2. John and David are correct. Pokemon Stadium.
Because the second song is the bike music, isn't it?
Sure. I'm stalling while I pull up the folder in which I remind myself which songs these were.
That was N64 music?
Yeah, it was.
Apparently.
It sounds very SNES like.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Right?
That's what was throwing me off.
I was surprised when I downloaded the soundtrack and the whole fucking thing for Nintendo 64 was like 1 megabit. I'm like, what? Yeah, I don't remember which order I played them in, but one was the Kids Club menu and the other one was the mini game where you throw hoops around some Ekkenses. And then the final song was the Mewtwo battle. So, yeah. And the whole zip file for Pokemon Stadium, 1158 kilobytes. So, not the highest quality music for this game, but man, some great tunes in there. Man, I'm assuming we all played a good bit of some Pokemon Stadium. Am I right?
I
yeah.
actually didn't play that much.
Really?
I think I actually
Jesse?
bought it. Because
Okay, yeah.
Didn't it come with the adapter that you could you put it into your
Yeah, the Game Boy
N64
Nintendo 64
controller?
adapter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
think so.
transfer
That
pack.
way you can use your
Yes,
Pokemon.
thank you, John.
And I thought it was pretty cool, but I was hoping because in the Game Boy version, the Pokemon never physically contacted each other.
Dude, you're reading my mind right now.
And so then whenever I got Pokemon Stadium, like finally they're in a 3D space.
They're
If
gonna
someone
fuck each other up.
the Pidgey's gonna fly down and smash into the Bulbasaur. Nope.
No.
Quick attack is I still wiggle, and then all of a sudden, like if you're gonna use like the solar beams and stuff, those look kind of cool because at least
the
you got the
beams.
beams coming across, and so
Yeah.
okay, but I still wanted to see some actual, physical contact, like the
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
cartoon, like the anime,
dude.
like when Pikachu was fighting Onyx and stuff, and he's just headbutting the fuck out of him, and Onyx
Yep.
is just like, yeah, whatever,
Yeah, I couldn't believe that wasn't the whole point of this game. Like seriously, it was like, okay, so the Game Boy game obviously just has the limitation of being this little RPG sprite element thing. I thought the entire reason they would make Pokemon Stadium was so you could actually see like Blastoise bite fucking Charizard. No, like
Well, because I remember, I'm pretty sure this came out after Snap. And I remember, like, Pokemon had exploded. Everybody loved Pokemon. Then Pokemon Snap came out. It's like, hey, those little sprites on your Game Boy? Here they are in full 3D. It's like, oh, they look like real creatures. That's awesome. And then Pokemon Stadium came out. It's like, wait, Pokemon fighting, full 3D. This is going to be great. No, it's the same shit.
didn't really happen, huh? Yeah.
That's why I want to play Pokken Tournament. That is finally what
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I mean, I haven't played all the, every generation of Pokemon game, but it's like, did it really take them this long to think, Pokemon fighting game, like actual fighting game was a good idea? Or like, actually seeing Pokemon make physical contact with each other wasn't something people wanted to see prior to this. Like, you're having to use a lot of imagination in these games. And it's like, I'm not imaginative. I'm paying you a fucking, $60 to get this game basically just so I can see these things in 3D. Like I could, it's the same fucking game. I mean, there's mini games and all that, but it's just plug your game into this and battle your favorite Pokemon on the Nintendo 64. Make them actually fucking hit each other. But
And I want to say, unless you had the transfer pack, I know you could like rent out teams of Pokemon, but for some reason I feel like not every Pokemon was in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not as a rental, but like I think as obviously you could transfer every Pokemon in. But no, I don't remember which ones you could actually rent and which ones you couldn't. But yeah, no, I thought that was kind of funny. It was just like, I guess they had to have some reason for people to play it if they didn't already have Pokemon on the Game Boy, despite the fact that that's clearly the reason for it. Like, here's the thing that lets you play your Game Boy game in the Nintendo 64, and here's just a thing for, for everybody that has this game, which everybody fucking had it anyway. But yeah, I don't know. It's been so long since I played this.
Well, fun fact, I was just looking this up. I was confirming this because I was pretty sure I knew this, and I did. The Pokemon Stadium we got was actually Pokemon Stadium 2. The first Pokemon Stadium that came out in Japan only featured 42 Pokemon.
Oof. Yeah. So that's fucked up.
Why?
Gotta catch them some.
You're like, fuck, nothing good.
I can't even imagine, like, I don't know, like why they would even bother doing that. Like, I mean, I guess we did get Pokemon Snap, which only had like fucking,
8.
a handful of Pokemon. But
I want to say Snap had about the same, like 40 or 50.
Well, yeah.
If I recall correctly, when we discussed this on a previous episode of Game That 2, and I'm pretty sure it was like one short of 64. I think it was 63.
It was 63.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah. It's like,
like,
why'd
son of a
you
bitch.
do that?
Which brings us to our lightning round. Name all of the Pokemon in Pokemon Snap.
Yeah. Our lightning round is do as much of the poker rap as you can. Spoiler for the bonus tunes. Not really. I didn't do that. Yeah, that's for the finals, baby. But yeah, man, it's a fun game. It was fun seeing all the Pokemon in fucking 3D. I mean, for real, even if they didn't hit each other. And I remember playing a few of the mini games. They were fun. There was like a lick-a-tongue game where you had to eat a bunch of sushi. And you could do a ring toss on a bunch of Ekans. Want to say there was something involving Diglets, maybe. I don't remember. It's,
Sure was.
Hey.
I remember having a.
I feel like the legacy of this game really is it started immediately the conversation of why isn't there a mainline Pokemon game on home console?
Yeah.
Like, Nintendo did that to themselves immediately.
I remember it had that it had the Game Boy emulator on there, so you could play your Game Boy game on the 64. And you could unlock like a double speed and triple speed mode, which I feel like that's a way better way to play Pokemon.
Oh yes. Those games are in no way timing based.
I remember I was listening to some podcast where they were talking about like when the Pokemon Red and Blue came out on 3DS Virtual Console, and it's like, oh my god, this is gonna be great, this is amazing. And the two people who were hosting was like, yeah, this is gonna be a rude awakening to the people who grew up with those games and haven't played them since, because those games really don't hold up.
I mean, they hold up fairly well, but no, that they take some time, and they ain't pretty. I think that was basically the reason they released Pokemon Yellow. It's like, okay, kids are watching the anime and they're pissed. Like, that looks terrible. Like, put something out. Shit. The Geodude just looks like a turd with a hand. Like, that looks awful. Just put anything out.
Kids are watching the anime. They're pissed. We told them to deal with it, but no matter what Mark Summers does, they're still pissed.
It turns out they're still pissed.
I remember watching the anime and getting pissed, but getting pissed at the anime and not the games, because I remember distinctly one episode where Ash is fighting like some bike gang leader. The leader throws out a golem. He throws out Bulbasaur, doesn't do shit, so he sends out Charmander and wins. It's like that doesn't work on so many levels.
Yeah, the game did not, or the show did not coach the game player very well. It's like, if you're fighting Onyx, just set off the sprinklers and then shock him with your Pikachu. No, you never get to do that. That doesn't come up.
That would definitely, I mean, that could happen if you played a Pokemon-themed Dungeons and Dragons with your friends, but like that can't happen.
Why isn't that a thing?
It probably is somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
We just come up with $1 billion idea. Pokemon Mystery Dungeons and Dragons.
Ooh.
I'm into it.
See, that's too long. I think it should be Pokemon Dungeons and Dragonaires.
Yes, Dragonites. Dratinis.
Or maybe just Pokemon Dungeons and Dragon type.
Yes,
that would
exactly.
be so cool. Like you get to roll your class, but you're also that Pokemon and stuff. So you could be like a Charmander wizard. And like,
no, that's it.
As a Pokemon.
I was just thinking you play as a trainer collecting Pokemon, but Jesse's idea is way better. Like
way better.
Well, you use a mystery dungeon, and I was thinking of the mystery dungeon games where you play as the Pokemon, and then I was like, but if it's Dungeons and Dragons Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, then you could have a Charmander wizard. You have like an Onyx barbarian. That'd be badass. Just charges in.
See, I was thinking, oh my god, can we do like a stealth Snorlax?
Yeah.
But I was thinking like
rogue.
I was thinking John's idea, basically just tabletop RPG Pokemon trainer game. But I was like, cool instead of choosing a class, you only choose one type, and you're like a gym leader, so you can only choose Pokemon from that one type.
That'd be cool.
I'm into it.
All right, so
I like this. I think we should go with it, man.
New Patreon goal.
Patreon
We call Wizards of the Coast to make this happen.
Wizards.
Yeah, dude.
Is that still who does Dungeons and Dragons? I don't know.
Actually, I have friends of mine who are really into tabletop RPGs. I kind of want to pitch this to them and maybe do it. This sounds like a lot of fun.
Actually, sounds really good. The last thing I was going to say is, I enjoy the music from Pokemon Stadium, despite it being very lo-fi. They had a fucking like Nintendo sound team, squad working on this game. The three composers that did the tunes for the game: Kente Nagata, Hajime Wakai, and Toru Minagishi. Anybody familiar with any of their other works?
I am not.
I feel like I would be if I knew what their other works were.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, chance for a bonus point for all three of yous. Name a single game by any of these composers. Hands up, no Googling.
Damn it.
What were the names again?
Kente Nagata, Hajime Wakai, and Toru Minagishi.
Wait, Kente Nagata. I know that name.
Yes, he is part of Nintendo's sound team.
I'm gonna guess the soundtrack from Cowboy Bebop.
God damn it, John!
What?
Video games, bro. I was also just gonna assign names. So, John, tell me another game that Kente Nagata has done a soundtrack for.
Oh, Pokemon.
I will
Red.
tell you that all three of these guys started working for Nintendo in the Nintendo 64 era.
Okay. Quest 64.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck. Oh.
Deal with it.
No. David, Jesse, how about a game from Hajime Wakai?
And that's for an N64 era?
For anything past the N64 or beyond. He's composed a lot of good stuff.
Donkey Kong 64?
Ooh. No, that was still the Rare Sound team.
Oh,
So,
that's
David,
right, Rare. Fuck.
David, you get a chance. Toru Minagishi. Anything from Toru Minagishi?
I'm going to say Super Smash Brothers Melee.
Brothers Melee. That's a good guess. No. Man, that was a
Because
strikeout.
I feel like all of them had to have worked on a Smash Brothers soundtrack at some point.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. They've done arrangements, especially on Smash for Wii U and Brawl. But just a brief overview. Kente Nagata, his first game for Nintendo 64, the entire soundtrack to Mario Kart 64.
Nice.
1080 snowboarding, Animal Crossing, The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, Double Dash, Phantom Hourglass, Mario Kart 7 and 8. Hajime Wakai, his first game for Nintendo, Star Fox 64, Yoshi's Story, F-Zero X, Pikmin, and the list goes on from there. And Toru Minagishi got his start with Pokemon Stadium. He also did Majora's Mask, Super Mario Sunshine, Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess, and most recently Splatoon and Splatoon 2. So
that's why I know that name. Okay.
You guys all failed that segment. I'm sorry.
So a few popular titles. Cool.
Yeah, just a couple, a handful. Just a little bit.
I wish
These
them
guys,
all the best of luck in their career.
Yeah. Exactly. I think they need it, man.
They got a bright future ahead of them.
I'll text Shiggy and see if he can bump up their pay grade or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't seem to be gainfully employed by the same company for the past 20 years and cranking out just a fucking discography of fantastic soundtracks. None of them. Anyway, great game, great tunes. Pokemon Stadium. Oh, and the answer to the trivia, it was the second game that used the Pokemon Snap sticker station. In case I didn't mention that before.
Oh, cool.
It had in the North American release, it had gallery mode where you could choose a Pokemon and take pictures of it, doing silly poses, and then get stickers made of it. I definitely did that with a Meowth, and then stuck them all over my dresser and never printed stickers again.
Yep.
God, that was a kind of fun promotion, man. Go to Blockbuster with your memory card, don't lose your memory card, print some stickers. It was good. It's a good way to make $3.
I got really confused because I was like, oh yeah, Blockbuster, they had that thing with Pokemon Snap. Wait, we used Pokemon Snap. I'm pretty sure they had a special thing with the microphone with Hey You Pikachu. Wait, we've used Hey You Pikachu.
Yeah.
Shit.
Low here. But yeah, fuck yeah, Pokemon Stadium, great game, great tunes. And Johnny, I think it's time to turn on the calculating computer.
Hey, real quick, are
that?
we going to invoke the Gambits rule?
Does that apply here?
Remember earlier we were discussing the Gambit's rule?
I forgot the context of Gambit's rule.
Yeah, I don't remember the details on that at all.
Okay, never mind.
Oh wait, I mean I remember the detail, but yeah, it's like I thought that would come up towards the end of the game. But yeah, Gambit's rules on the table.
All right.
All
Which
right.
one?
Calculating computer activated. Computers. Beeps. Boops.
What the heck?
Scoring complete.
Awesome.
This game's winner is... John Harrington.
Yeah,
Yeah, he has the least points.
I won in John Regan style.
Montreal screw job.
Yeah,
What a
dude.
totally unforeseen set of circumstances.
Yes, I agree, David.
How absurd!
Fernie Branca.
Nobody saw this coming. Yeah, I mean, it had to be me because of the behind the scenes, it being August Absurdity, and I just want to play my bonus tunes. But also, I appreciate that I managed to not win, get any points tonight. Fuck, man, God damn it. That doesn't
You
happen.
got 1 point.
I know. There's a Splatoon 2 point. So many games tonight I didn't know or have never played or heard of. Damn it, game that tune. Yeah.
Well, you're gonna have
game.
a lot of fun next week, I guess.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. Yeah.
Next week's going to be a lot of fun.
The path to the August Absurdity Finals was never going to be easy. So, yeah, man. Let's see. So, with the point totals rising this week, technically David probably has the most points of the month, but it doesn't matter. 1 point added onto my 4 gives me 5. Johnny and Jesse both gain a solid 2, so I am still in the lead. 5 points to Johnny and Jesse's 4 and 4 for the final, for the chance at the final. So next week's All Request Spectacular is going to be very close, very heated, and very important. So can't wait. It's going to be fun. But yeah, great game tonight, guys. Good tunes. Even if I didn't know the fucking games, that's what saves the show. We might not be able to talk about Clock Tower 3 with any knowledge, but we listen to good tunes, and that's the whole point. What am I forgetting?
And we gave Universal a great idea for Halloween Horror Nights.
Dude, we came up with a lot of good ideas in this episode. I'm not even kidding. Pokemon Dungeons and Dragons, really, we need to not publish this episode so people don't steal that idea from us. This was that was a really, really good idea. But yeah, we'll have to keep that in mind as a new Patreon goal. You should check us out at patreon.com/GameThatTune, where we've got fun exclusives. We've got a couple of mixtapes up there. Johnny's going to be making his sax tapes coming up soon. It's enabling us to do more streaming. I've been streaming stuff. Johnny's been streaming stuff. Everybody's getting into the streaming game. And exclusive announcement here first. Tonight, we're publishing Jesse's Return to Game That Tune Best of Jesse mixtape. So look for that immediately after the broadcast of this show. It's a dope-ass mixtape. And that's if you go to patreon.com/GameThatTune and chip in $5. Consider helping us out, helping us make the show, helping us have fun. And yeah. Check. Ow, you fucking cat. God damn it, ruined my outro. Fuck, I literally just got bit by a cat and it ruined my momentum. Special thanks to our Patreon superfan tier producers, Alex Messenger and Lance Revere. You guys are great, and I'm sure that we've got requests from you coming for next week's show. Anybody else who wants to make a request, you should contact David on Twitter at DFD Fleming. Find him on Facebook, shoot him a message. You can email us your request, gamethattune@gmail.com. Again, if it says request, I won't read it. I'll just forward it to David and not cheat at the game. I'm serious. I don't cheat at the game. Yeah, I only got 1 point tonight. I proved that I don't cheat. Oh. It's not an elaborate setup.
That's a very good point, actually, yeah.
I can set I'll
Don't
set
believe him.
I'll set up a filter. If you email it to gamethattune plus David at gmail.com, it will go straight to David.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
Thanks for getting that into the outro. People need to know about fucking Gmail filters. Yeah. So game that tune plus David at gmail.com for secret requests. It's very important that we establish that. And yeah, thanks to everybody that tuned in for the live viewing. A lot of fun tonight. A lot of great chatter in the old chat box. Check us out on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Game That Tune on Facebook.com/Game That Tune. YouTube, search for Game That Tune. Twitch.tv/Game That Tune. We're always having a blast. And then find us in podcast form Wednesday mornings in iTunes or GameThatTune.com or wherever you get your podcasts. And we're going to keep having a blast. All requests next week. August Absurdity final qualifying round. This is all the marbles for the shot at King David. So tune in for that. Find us on Twitter at GTTPod. Follow me at JGangster187. Follow John Regan on Twitter at
JP Regan JR.
Yep. Follow David Fleming on Twitter at
DFD Fleming.
And follow Jesse Moore on Twitter at
Sega_legend.
Yep. So bonus tunes tonight. I mainly just wanted to win so that I could keep up the theme that we had going with the bonus tunes this month. We've been doing some fun mashups. And, I heard one recently that I had to include. It expresses what I feel towards the Sonic series. It expresses what I'm sure John Regan is feeling towards the Sonic series at the moment. So
it's mistrust.
Yeah, exactly. John's confused, pen-chewing look.
This heard the song today already.
This is Emerald Hill Zone featuring CeeLo Green. Johnny, take us home. Johnny, let it ride for a minute. I gotta look up the copyright. So.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck you. Golden Axe is copyright 1989 Sega Games Company Limited. Splatoon 2 is copyright 2017 Nintendo of America Incorporated. Clock Tower 3 is copyright 2003 Capcom Company Limited. Lost Odyssey is copyright 2008 Microsoft Corporation. Pokemon Stadium is copyright 2000 Nintendo of America Incorporated, Game Freak Incorporated, and Creatures Incorporated.
No volviera. Cada año, yo iba de vacaciones a Florencia y hay un café en la ribera del Arno y acostumbraba a ir ahí y ordenar Fernet Branca.